Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video what I want to discuss with you guys is a couple sneakers that recently dropped. Most of these ones at least have recently dropped, and I feel like they'll be good holds into the future. Again, if you're someone that's willing to wait, you got time, you got capital, then hey, this might be some good plays for you all, and we'll just kind of look into it, discuss the sneakers, why I think they're good, and we'll go from there. And of course there'll be some ones I leave out, for example like pink foams, grade school sizes. That's a really good play. Used to be a $200 sneaker, down to like 110, 120 right now. Give it time. It's another, that's a freebie right there. So yeah, check my Instagrams, any of that down below. You guys want to check out my group as well. Again, this is just from like the first 10 days of May, so you guys can see we're always trying to make sure our members are having success with the undermarket deals, back doors, monitors we have, in-store monitors, so you can check your local areas, see if they're stocked there, cooked that way, in-store discounts. I mean, there's so many things within the group that you can take advantage of. So if you're interested, feel free to join the waitlist down below, and I hope to see y'all there. Or if you just want to test it out for a couple days, I'll leave a free trial link just for this video, so feel free to check it out, test what we offer, get more holds, get involved in the marketplace, again, talk with people, and become a better reseller. That's what we offer, teaching you all that, all the basics. So I hope to see y'all there, and let's get started. So the first one I wanted to discuss right here is the SpiderMan ones. Now I just feel like these are going to be a good play. Now the main reason I'm saying that is because the hype that is kind of built up and led up to this sneaker has been pretty good, and there's been a lot of things that Jordan Brand has been doing just to kind of make this sneaker have kind of a nicer touch. I saw they also they're featuring Metro Boomin like rocking a pair of these or something like that, so that was pretty cool. He was posting about these, so of course that's going to get more people paying attention to them. But just in general, if you go look at the origin story pair, that one is $700 and $900. But there's a couple things I want to mention comparing the origin story pair to this one. First things first, origin story pair was much more limited. It did used to go for $280, like it was at at one point lower value, but there's just a couple details. So first things first, this one doesn't have like the icy sole. You can see, look, the origin story pair, I mean, it looks like a literal Chicago colorway with a nice icy sole on it. I mean, it is a very like desirable colorway. Like you want this pair, like it's really well done. This one, I mean, it's good, but it's not like quite like the origin story one, if that makes sense. Like the origin story one is just such a nice touch. I believe it even comes with a unique box. Like there's just a few things about that pair that make it a little bit better than this one. Now this one, still long term, any sneaker that is connected to a movie, a big franchise like Spider-Man, I mean, just give it time. Once they like stop, just think about it. I mean, I don't know when that would be, but just again, like you see what I'm saying? Like this is one of those pairs, like eventually when that would stop, it would become very valuable. So even maybe on the release of the movie, let's say it does really good, lots of sales, people end up wanting the pair from it, maybe it's like a big scene in the movie where like this pair is like involved, then yeah, that could also cause it to go up. So there's a couple things behind this sneaker why I'm looking at it. The sales are consistent, seems like people want them. I feel like they're growing on people a little bit at first, people, or a little bit more, because at first people were not feeling them. I was one of those people, but then I got my pair in hand, saw it, I was like, all right, these are pretty nice. Again, it's not the origin stories, but doesn't mean it can't rise. There's still a lot behind this sneaker, if that makes sense. So the next one we'll kind of get into right here. This one again has not dropped recently, but I discussed it a couple months ago. I hope you've been looking into getting some pairs. As you guys can see, the sizes are heading back up in value. Look at that, big sizes have just crossed $200 again. 10.5 is about to cross 200. We'll see size 10 there soon. All the smaller sizes are heading towards 180. And don't forget, a couple months ago, these were 140, 150. These were not doing too hot, and the reason for that was because there was a massive restock over in Europe. However, that restock didn't come over to the US. They didn't end up bringing us a restock for the Gray Fogs. Could that come down the line? Yes, 100% possible. I would like to see it. But just keep in mind, the EU had these a couple months ago, and it never happened in the US. So it was like, all right, the market's low and all this stock is everywhere, but wait, there's no pairs in the US, so why are the prices this low? This doesn't make sense. So hopefully, now you see, as the prices have kind of returned to normal as to showing how many pairs there really are available. Yeah, you can see they're a little bit higher because there isn't as many pairs available. There was just a flood of them because there was a huge restock in the EU. So always look for stuff like that when it just restocks in Europe and not in the US. Good chance for opportunity right there sometimes. So that's one thing I'll say right there. I noticed it with this sneaker, and yeah, it ended up playing out pretty good. You guys can see slowly heading back up, and I expect it to continue to do so. I mean, again, this used to be a $300 sneaker. I mean, it's not gonna like return to the original Gray Fog prices, but heading here maybe like 300s. People like the gray dunks. Don't sleep on gray. I'm saying neutral colorways, they go crazy. So that's one thing I'll say about that one. And of course, very obvious one right here, Doritos SB. If you're willing to wait long term, then yeah, you got yourself a really good play right here. Now, as you guys can see, the prices have started to drop more. I mentioned this originally in one in a recent video. I was like, people were saying, hey Tristan, your price predictions are off, man. You know, this is not what's, the pairs aren't going to be at 350, 400. I mean, aside from the big sizes, you know, because again, those ones, they never drop like a lot of stock for big size SBs. I mean, go look at the Island Skate Shop Instagram. They got sent one size 13 for their skate shop. So that's like, you know, again, those sizes ended up being very limited. So correct on the big sizes, yes. I did put a plus for the 450, and they stayed above the 450. Or 400, not 450. I don't think I said they'd stay that high, because to be honest, at first it really did shock me as to how high in value these went. I mean, I know the demand was there, but these just went up like $100 after drop day. But again, as sneakers pairs start to come in and land, pairs from a couple skate shop raffles, online raffles, things like that, you're gonna notice the market drop, because the demand is not only falling off some, because, you know, people just aren't, you know, as we head further away from release day, people aren't going to want them as much. That's just how it is, you know. That's the main, like, you know, hype in the sneaker game, I guess. But yeah, you know, the market's going to consistently, you know, drop a little bit, and then it's going to slowly head back up. That's really how it's going to be with this sneaker. So if you want a size 9, 350, hey, that ain't half bad. I'm waiting for 320. I don't think it's going to happen, but, you know, I'm going to be trying to, you know, get my pair locally. We'll see. We'll see what I can do. But more or less, doesn't shock me that pairs, or, you know, prices are starting to drop a little bit for this one as pairs land in hand. That's to be expected with any sneaker. But you give this one 2 months, 3 months, I mean, it's kind of like an SB4 situation. It's like a matter of when, all right, when are these going to take off? Because it's about to happen. And for these, it'll be like a couple months down the line. We'll be like, all right, when are these about to take off? I mean, look at a 12.5. That's crazy. There's just no 12.5s that exist for these. So aside from that, another one we will mention, and I guess you guys can see this is, I have a lot of faith in this one because the sales have run up. Well, we got the Thunder 4 in grade school sizes now. While this one is larger stock, I feel like it's a little bit more of a classic model, so there's more people that you know, want it. Oh yeah, it's refreshing, so I'm trying to click the prices. All right, so we've returned to normal. My computer just freaked out for a second. Almost made me buy a pair off StockX. I was like, whoa, I don't want to do that. I can find these at my outlets locally in a little bit. But basically with this pair, I feel like it's a good one to buy into right now, between $150 to retail. Especially retail, you really shouldn't be paying more than that for this pair, because there's one sitting online across Shopify sites that you can buy right now. Probably pay like a $10 shipping fee or $5 shipping fee on top, and you'll get it for like, what, retail plus 5 plus 10. Do that instead of, you know, going to apps and, you know, buying your pairs up. I seriously recommend that instead. Like, there's websites where grade school pairs are just chilling right now, so take advantage of that. But this is one of those sneakers, again, where it's like, all right, you know, we just have to give it time, because grade school 4s, even go look at the infrareds in grade school sizes, so that's $220 to $250 right now. I think some of them even go for $270. So, I mean, again, those used to be bricks in grade school sizes. Same with the Lightning 4s in grade school sizes. Those used to be under retail. And I mean, yeah, now go look. So, I mean, it's the same thing with this sneaker. The stock is high, just like the Lightnings were, but you just have to give it time. Like, this is one of those ones where it's not going to rise fast, but back to school, oh yeah, people are going to be wanting these. You'll easily be able to sell local and make a profit, because you know parents are trying to get their kids fresh around back to school. And then if it's there in hand where they can just get it quickly and get ready and prepared, don't have to wait for it, you know, come in from online, yeah, they'll pay you more. So that's just kind of one thing I mentioned about this sneaker. If you want to get a couple to, you know, wait till back to school time, sell local, or just, you know, again, hold till like December around Christmas, that's a smart bet as well. I'm getting like at least 10 to 15 of these, probably sizes 6, or no, I'm gonna say 5.5 wide through 7 wide. That's gonna be my main goal. Maybe a couple 5 wides, because, you know, those usually end up being like pretty consistent sellers. But yeah, just anything in like between 5 wide, 7 wide, that's gonna be where I'm targeting for this sneaker, just because, again, it's at retail right now. I mean, like, I don't see any losses for this one. I'm cool. I'm cool. I mean, again, I got time. I can wait. I see how all the previous grade school 4s have done. The stock is high for this one, but I don't think it's nothing like the Craft 4s. This is a model that, again, based off the 2012 Thunders, so it's a little bit more, it's a classic silhouette. There's more behind the sneaker than just your average 4. So that's why I'm holding on to this one in grade school sizes. I see a little bit more behind it. I have faith in it. And, you know, I feel like that demand will be there eventually. You just got to give it time. It's going to take some time to rise, for sure. But, again, this is another thing to think about as well. There's never as many grade school pairs as there is adult pairs. But they always sell the same. So, there you go. But, hey, we'll see. People want them the same, but, you know, hey, there's less of them. So, I'm just going to be patient. But that's pretty much the ones I'm looking at right now as good holds. Of course, there's a couple ones I've left out. Pink Foam, grade schools, active fuchsias. I've mentioned those in past videos a lot, but both those ones, again, really good place for the future. So again, you want to check my group down below, become a better reseller, get plugged in with us, man. Check it out down below. You can join the wait list. We'll get you sorted, get you in, or again, you can try it for a couple days right there if you just want to test and see what we offer. Don't miss out on the daily deals we're doing today. You know, under market lottery dunks. We did some under retail argon dunks yesterday. I'm trying to think of what else. We had some SBs, orange paisley dunks. I mean, we've done so many things in the group for you guys, and daily deals, backdoors, etc. recently. Use it in-store monitors. I mean, there's tons of things you can use to your advantage and actually, utilize within the group to check your area and see if you got stock. So don't sleep. I'll see you guys there, and I'm ending that screen recording. So, also looking for some Jarritos SBs in sizes 9 through 10. If you got them, let me know. Hit my DMs. So that's it. I'm ending that screen recording. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys, and hopefully I will catch you all in the next video soon. Yeah? Work? All right. See you then. Peace.